Hi everyone, my name is Russell.
My name is Richard.
And we are with the Lafayette Beer League tonight. And before we get started, I want to give a little shout out to Kurt Holtzclaw for providing me with this really awesome shirt today. Indiana Drinking Team. It's got the Indiana flag on there. Pretty sweet. It's from Sun Kings. So thank you, Kurt, for the shirt. But tonight we are drinking a beer from 450 North Brewing Company, which is out of Columbus, Indiana. And it kind of brings new meaning to rural craft brewery. When you get to Simmons Farm, though, you will have your breath taken away by this beautiful farm. This beautiful farmland allows them to do this really cool beer festival, which they put in a corn maze. This year, cool. Yeah, it's pretty cool. This year they're going to have 60 breweries, so make sure you check that out, and that's going to be on October 6th, I think.
I really want to say it's 29th. Check out their website to double check for sure. But
it's October 6th.
It could be October 6th. It absolutely could be. I might be getting my dates mixed up for other things. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's October 6th. Anyways.
So, like we said, Dave and Brenda Simmons opened their 450 North Brewing Company in 2012 after they had a massive amount of success with their winery. They basically work with a 10-barrel system. Their tap room features 20 different rotating beers. They specialize in IPAs, but they have a very diverse selection of beers. They do a lot of New England style IPAs, which is what we're drinking tonight.
Yep.
If you're not a beer drinker, though, you can definitely still go out and participate in the farm because they have a gnarly Grove hard cider, and They also have their wines to choose from as well.
Yeah, so it's definitely one of those places that you can go and hang out, and you can take anyone there and they're going to have a good time.
Yeah.
Once a month they do a beer release. This month it's actually going to be on June 29th. It's really cool. They generally do it on Fridays. They have all kinds of crazy beers. Like one of them is a Slurpee beer, which apparently you can only get at the brewery, and you have to drink like that day or it will explode or something like that.
That's kind of...
Yeah, it's intense.
That's a little intense.
But apparently it's really good. So
yeah, cool. Make sure you check out their Instagram for more details about all that because they have a really nice Instagram following. Tonight, like I said, we're going to be drinking the New England style IPA Starburst. This is an up-and-coming beer style. It's grown a lot of popularity just because of how much it looks and tastes a lot like juice. Mm-hmm. Our beer features today Citra, Simcoe, and Mosaic hops. And
yeah, so there's not any guidelines for this in the beer judging certification program. But we kind of found a little bit of a rough idea. They're supposed to have higher protein malts in them, more fruit-forward hop varietals, restrained bitterness, low attenuation, low attenuation, low flocculation, and then it's going to have a lower ester forward yeast. So it's one of those beers that you're not going to get a lot of like bitterness. It's going to be hoppy. You're going to get those fruits, and it's going to be present for sure.
I noticed that a lot more. Like when I open it up and I smell it, I immediately get a lot of the hops.
Oh yeah.
As far as aromas and stuff like that. But when you taste it, it's not like when I opened it and smelled it, I was like, oh man, this is gonna be a super bitter beer. But I tasted it and I was like, oh no, this is actually really well balanced. It's very, it has a lot more sweeter, like that juicy kind of flavor. Like I can see where they're coming from with the juicy. It's not juice, like it's definitely not gonna be OJ or anything like that. But like,
yeah.
But like it definitely has more of that restrained bitterness that we were talking about earlier. And like you said, with the BJCP, the beer judging
certification program
guidelines aren't there yet, but they're hoping to expand them to the 2018 to include this style of beer, just because of how popular it's been and how much it's taken the industry by storm.
Yeah, absolutely. I haven't been to a brewery that's not made one of these.
Yeah. Like
I've been to several breweries around Indiana, and Indianians, aka Hoosiers, are really excited about this beer style.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And 450 North Brewing Company, they've definitely done a really great job with this beer.
Yeah, and like I said earlier, like it's a really good beer. It has a lot of fruity flavors, not super bitter. It's nice and hazy, very opaque.
Yeah, but see, I really feel whenever I think about this style, I think it's a little bit more hazy, and you probably can't really see in the video.
Yeah.
It looks much hazier in the video than it does in person.
It also looks darker in the video than it does in person, so.
Right, it's a very light color. Like
very golden.
Very golden, very light, but still so good.
Yeah, so good. You want to talk about our can art a little bit?
Oh, yeah. My favorite part of the show
Yeah.
is the can art. So a little fun thing about this beer can is there are no 5-pointed stars. It is only 4 and 6 pointed stars. I think that's something that's really neat about this can. Yeah.
I wonder if they have like any misprints. Like if you find a 5 pointed star, or if
You
like,
get like that can for free.
It's like, hey, yeah, I found this star, like free beer for life, like Willy Wonka or some like golden ticket or some shit like that.
Dude, if they gave me free beer for life, I would be like super stoked.
I'd be editing
Yes.
stars and I'd be editing stickers on cans in the computer.
Right, I would figure out how to hack that. No,
Right.
what I kind of really think's neat about this is, if you look at all the other beer cans together, they've kind of really created a look for themselves on the shelf. And this one, they're really capturing this like 80s pastel look, and I just think it's really cool. Another thing that they've kind of put on this can, and it's a trend that I'm seeing more, and I'm really excited about it, and it's this independent craft beer symbol on the back, and it's just like, now people who are interested in craft beer and who really do want to support Indiana craft beer.
Not necessarily just Indiana, just craft beer in general. Instead of supporting InBev, it definitely shows that this is a independent craft brewery.
Right. And I guess this is more of a national because it's a Brewers Association certified.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I like that they put that on the can because I do know that, Dave and Brenda, they own this brewery, and they're just like...
They're the ones you're going to be supporting when you buy this can.
Yeah, you're going to be supporting your local community, and I really like that about this.
Yeah, I think that kind of leads us into our rating.
Right, let's talk about what are we talking...
Yeah, so like when we always try to break it down into 3 categories that you can find on the internet. So we go rate beer, beer advocate, and Untapped. So rate beer gave it a 3.23 out of 5, but that's only with 4 different ratings. So like they didn't have a very large pool to pull from.
Somebody could have gave this a 1 and just tanked that.
Tanked it. So it's a very take it with a grain of salt sort of rate. Beer advocate had a little bit better ratings with 21 ratings. They gave it a 3.94 out of 5. It's a little bit better as far as closer to where we think it should be. And then Untapped had a 3.81 out of 5 with the 1,800 plus ratings, which is much closer to, I think, our general average that we gave it, which I personally gave it a 3.75, and then...
I actually really like this style of beer in general. I'm one of those Hoosiers that are in love with the New England IPAs. But that's why I'm giving this a 4.5. I just think the beer style itself is fantastic. The way they've made this beer is excellent. They're hitting all the things that I want to see. Maybe a little more haze, but I love it so much that it's getting a 4.5. So if you were to take all our scores and you average it out, that's at a 3.85.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we're seeing with Untapped as well.
It's very close. Like, you're talking about a 0.04 percentage difference point.
Right.
So like that's negligible at best.
And that's something that's really important to point out, that if you're trying to really find out, is this a beer that's good? Well, check out our Untapped. You're going to get a really good answer. Also, follow me on Untapped. Hashtag Russell13888.
All right.
Shameless
plug.
With that being said,
make sure you do check us out on all of our social media. We are on Facebook, Instagram, we're
Twitter.
On Twitter.
We're doing the thing.
Yeah, we're doing all that sort of stuff. So make sure you give us a follow, or interact with us on there. We're pretty active as far as if you comment, we're probably going to respond.
I have no other life than this.
Tell us about how you feel about our life. Tell us how you feel about our beer. Tell us.
Give us some feedback.
Tell us what you think. So make sure that you give us a like, follow us. If you don't like us, tell us why, so we can maybe make it better.
Right, which we'll do.
Yeah,
we're awesome.
Absolutely.
Anyways, make sure that you check out the links down below. We do have our personal website on there, and then we also have the Brewers website, and then where we got our information about this style, and then finally we have the Instagram for 450 Brewing Company. Make sure you do all that. Make sure you also like and subscribe, because we're trying to get to 100 followers so we can get that custom URL. Yeah. Anyways.
Awesome. As always, thanks for watching. Remember, keep exploring new beer.
And have a wonderful night. Cheers.
Cheers.